Cricket Striking Batsman Culminating Project by Griffin Francis. Today I will be discussing the position of striking batsman in cricket. To clarify, there are two batsmen and one at-bat of cricket, but I will be focusing on the striking batsman seen on the right here and not the non-striking batsman seen on the left. The goal of the batsman is to strike the ball and run back and forth between the two bases/wickets to score as many runs as possible. Depending on the format, a batsman may get one at-bat per match or more. However, a batsman must also play the field and be ready to run between the wickets when they are non-batting. Cricket needs analysis. The theme for the batsman is power during the swing portion and then power endurance during the running portion. This will allow for harder hit balls and faster runs between the wickets to score more runs. The batsmen need upper body, lower body, and most importantly, core strength. One at bat requires a powerful rotation of the trunk and simultaneous flexion of the shoulders to meet the ball before it reaches the wicket. The lower body also helps gain more power during the swing. Finally, the batsmen also need good hand-eye coordination to make contact with the ball. The swing phase uses motions in the transverse plane, including trunk and hip rotation, movements in the sagittal plane, including wrist/finger flexion, shoulder flexion, hip extension, ankle dorsiflexion, and plantar flexion. The run phase at the hip uses flexion and extension simultaneously. This is the same for the knee. The ankle has dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Finally, the shoulder has flexion and extension as well to help the athlete run faster. Important muscle groups include the trunk rotators, the internal and external obliques, shoulder flexors, pec major, anterior deltoid, and coracobrachialis, hip internal rotators and flexors, the quadriceps and adductors, the hip extensors, the glutes and hamstrings, and the wrist flexors to help grab the bat, including the flexor carpi radialis and flexor carpi ulnaris. The swing phase uses the phosphagen system to swing as quickly and powerfully as possible. The run phase, depending on how many time the batman runs, it can use the phosphagen if they run once 22 yards, or fast glycolysis if they run back and forth a couple times, which would be 44 to 66 yards. Dynamic warm-up. The dynamic warm-up is going to focus majorly on the trunk rotational muscles, shoulder muscles, and leg muscles. The raise phase. The first part of the warm-up is going to be a 5-minute jog or 400-meter jog. This will ensure the blood gets flowing and the heart rate is high enough to begin stretching. Activate and mobilize portion will allow for stretching of major muscles, which is important before performing a match. Cobra stretch and cow stretch. This is a good stretch to help stretch the trunk muscles, including the erector spinae, obliques, and rectus abdominis. These are important muscles for trunk rotation, which is a key piece in the swing phase and should be warmed up first. Next is going to be warming up the shoulders. We'll start with arm circles to stretch out the upper half, 10 forward and 10 backward. Up next is a lunge with a twist. This will help stretch the hamstrings and glutes as well as the core rotational muscles. Forward and backward leg swings. This will help stretch the hamstrings, quads, abductors, adductors, which are important for power in the running phase. The last phase is the potentiate phase. Will simulate game-like movements to fully prepare the athlete for the match. The first stretch will be 10 to 15 simulated swings in which the athlete will grab a towel and swing it to simulate a bat swing that could happen in a match. The second exercise is swing and runs. The athlete will simulate a swing and then run the 20 meters, which is the length of the run path on the field. This order of exercises will allow the athlete to warm up properly, stretch important muscle groups, and then perform game-like movements to get them prepared before the match starts. Fitness battery assessment. Next up, we have athlete testing batteries. These 5 tests will reveal what the cricket batsmen need to work on in the off-season and preseason to better prepare for the season. These tests will take place between the end of the off-season and the beginning of the preseason. The first assessment is the least fatiguing, the BESS test. This will assess the batsman's balance. This will be important for the swing to stay balanced and on time, as well as balanced during the running phase. The next assessment is the sit and reach assessment. This will reveal how flexible the athlete is in their hamstrings, which is a major muscle group used in a cricket swing. This will be the best out of 3 trials with minimal rest needed. The third and fourth assessments are pro agility and 505 test. Both these tests will assess the athlete's change of direction and short-term speed, which are very important aspects for scoring as many runs as possible in a cricket match. At bat. These will both be scored as best time of 2 trials with 3 minutes rest in between. The final assessment is the sprint test. Fast running is the most important part of cricket at bat after the ball is put in play. By assessing the athlete's speed, we will see if they need to work on more speed or if it may not be as big of a focus as some of the other aspects. This will be best out of 2 trials with a 1 to 3 minute rest in between. This battery runs from least fatiguing to most. This will prevent the athlete from getting too tired during the last few assessments to prevent injury and give more accurate times. Resistance training workout session. The upper body shoulder workout chosen was the dumbbell shoulder press. The shoulder plays a major part in a cricket swing as they powerfully flex the shoulders. The anterior deltoid is the major mover in this exercise and is also the major mover in shoulder flexion. The anterior deltoid is also used in flexing the arms during a run to help the batsman run faster. The lower body exercise chosen was the forward step lunge. The step lunge does a good job of incorporating almost all the major muscles in the leg, including the quads, glutes, abductors, and adductors for stabilizing. This exercise does a good job of helping build muscles that are used in a swing because a majority of them help with leg rotation. These muscles also help the batsman run faster, and the glutes and quads are hip flexors and extensors, respectively. The core exercise chosen is the Russian twist. This exercise incorporates the internal and external obliques that are major core rotational muscles that will be the most important for rotating the body in a cricket swing to allow for more strength and power to hit the ball further. All of these resistance training exercises work the major muscles involved in a cricket swing and run after the swing. Depending on the season, the batsman will utilize hypertrophy or max strength, and the reps, sets, and intensity will vary depending on which part of the season they are training in. Speed, agility, and quickness training. The first SAQ exercise chosen is weighted vest sprints. This will help the athlete obtain a faster speed to score more runs. The athlete will run with 10% extra body weight added to the vest, evenly distributed, and run at 50%, then 75%, 100%, before finally taking off the vest and running again. They will run 25 meters as this is close to the length of the path that the athletes will run in a match. The second drill chosen is the Y drill. When running on the path in a match, the batsman has to determine whether or not to change direction quickly and score another run, or if they want to stay put. This drill helps with reaction time and change of direction. The athlete will watch the coach or trainer as they run towards the second cone. The trainer will point either left or right, and the athlete will make a break for that cone, using deceleration and then quickly accelerating to change direction. Plyometric training. The upper body plyometric exercise chosen is the medicine ball side toss. This exercise is similar to the rotation that is used in a cricket swing. By powerfully and quickly turning to the side to toss the medicine ball, the internal and external obliques fire simultaneously. These are the same muscles used to rotate the trunk in a cricket swing. This drill can either be performed with a partner or a wall, as the athlete will throw, catch, rotate, and throw the ball again with each rep. The lower body plyometric chosen is the depth jump with lateral movement. The athlete will drop from an 18-inch box, and a coach will tell the athlete to laterally turn and run in one direction. This drill helps with reaction time and push-off mechanics. These are important components when turning quickly when running between the wickets to help his team score more runs. Olympic lifts. The upper body Olympic lift chosen was the push press. The push press utilizes the deltoid as one of the prime movers, which will be helpful for flexing and extending the shoulder in the cricket swing. It also incorporates the quads, glutes, and hamstrings, which are also major movers to generate power in a cricket swing, as well as during the running phase after the ball is put in play. The lower body Olympic lift chosen is the barbell power clean. This exercise uses the same muscles as before, but utilizes a greater triple extension of the ankle, knee, and hip to raise the bar to the front shoulder position. The force generated by the legs is greater in this lift than the hang clean variation and should help generate more power for a cricket swing as well. The rep range is 3 to 6 reps for 3 to 5 sets with a 3 to 5 minute rest period in between the sets. These lifts will be done with a 75 to 95% intensity of a 1 rep max. This has been my cricket culminating project. I hope you enjoyed.